if you'd like Jerry Seinfeld to promote your products, stick with me and I'll show you how. Now that got your attention. I'm going to show you how I got Jerry Seinfeld to actually become the spokesperson for an Australian bank. Hi, John Dwyer is my name, and I own the Institute of Wow, which is a direct response marketing business, and we help businesses attract new customers. And one of my clients some years ago was the Greater Building Society, in other words, a bank. And this particular building society was up against the Big Four, and they were never going to win on price. In other words, every time they dropped their home loan interest rate, then the Commonwealth Bank or Westpac or ANZ could beat them within a heartbeat. And so I said to them, look, you're a challenger brand. Do what challenger brands do, and that is think differently, think outside the square. Now, to attract customers to its home loans, the Greater Building Society had been doing what every other bank does, and that is they provide a 1% discount, which they call a honeymoon rate for the first 12 months. Lame. Why is it lame? Because every bank does that. Now, I had been doing some TV infomercials for a discount travel company, and I decided to introduce them to the Greater Building Society with this next idea. I remember in a meeting one day at the Building Society, I decided that I would show them how they should think outside the square. So I threw a Happy Meal box on the boardroom table. You can imagine that got their attention. They went, what? And I pulled out the toy and said, this is how you should be marketing your home loans. Now they thought I was crazy. And to some degree, I think they probably have a good point. But I said to them, the reason that McDonald's sell a lot of Happy Meals is because they've taken our eyes off the price onto the free toy. So I suggested to them that what they do is get rid of the 1% honeymoon rate, pick up that money that they normally would give to the customers and give that to the discount travel company, and the discount travel company would give them an excellent deal on holidays. And so therefore the campaign was born. We hit the TV screens and social media with 9 words. All it was 9 words: get a home loan and get a free holiday. And if that's being typed on the screen somewhere here, hopefully that is nine words, not 8, not 10, but 9 words. So we kept to the KISS principle, okay? We just said get a home loan and get a free holiday. You've got no idea how many people were swapping across from the banks because they were disgruntled with the fact that they were paying high fees, they were getting bad service, and they certainly weren't getting a holiday. It went absolutely ballistic. And of course, this idiot who's providing you with this information was charging a consultancy fee. I wished I'd charged a percentage of the increase in home loans, all right? And then a few years into the campaign, we took it up a notch. I got Jerry Seinfeld to become spokesman for the Building Society. Now, Jerry had only ever done 2 advertising campaigns in his life before, one for American Express and one for Microsoft, a little bit bigger than the Greater Building Society down under. Jerry liked the idea of just being sarcastic and, if you like, taking the mickey out of the banks, because that's what he does for a living. And so he said yes to my proposal for him to become the spokesman for a number of years for the Greater Building Society, where he came on TV and social media saying, get a home loan and get a free holiday.
I'd like to talk to you about a home loan. Not for me, for you. I have a home.
Get a Getaways home loan from the Greater. It could be the most fun financial decision you'll ever make. Just ask a Greater customer.
When we shopped around for a home loan, we found the Greater had one of the lowest interest rates.
And a free holiday with over 200 choices, and there were no catches.
Get a Getaways home loan and go on a free holiday. Or loan us some money and we'll go on a holiday. Either way, someone's getting out of here.
So do you agree that that's cut through? And do you agree that that's thinking outside the square? Yes, it is. And the billions and billions of dollars in new home loans that the Greater Building Society enjoyed were because they thought outside the square. Well, actually, no, they didn't. I thought outside the square and gave it to them. They just said thank you, okay? There was a few bonuses in there, but mostly just thank you. Now, the lesson for you in this is think outside the square. Do not do what all your competitors are doing, and do not market on price. The last thing you want to do is market on price, because your competitors can drop theirs and then you've got to drop yours, and it's a race to the bottom. What you need to consider is what we call incentive-based marketing. Come up with a Happy Meal toy. Oh, before we go, I have to show off because Jerry gave me a massive compliment. Well, not really. He sort of said, I'd like to say that you were the best marketing guy I've ever come across. And I said, thank you. He said, no, I'd like to say that. Here's what he said.
JD, I just want to say that, you are the most professional, most competent, just best to work with marketing person I've ever worked with.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
I'd like to say that.
Right. Okay, I'm showing off, but if you worked with Seinfeld, I bet you would show off as well. If you would like to get access to more of these case studies and more of these ideas where you can swipe the essence of the idea and use it for your business, you can see the details below.